Hello, I'm here in the heart of Loxheath, outside the house belonging to John and Ann Hampton. To say the Hamptons love their gardening is an understatement. It's more than a hobby, but an everyday routine. Now, you see a lot of programmes on the TV to do with gardens and how to look after them and how to plant shrubs and so on. These bite-sized segments aren't really designed for that. They're just to show you how an ordinary couple look after their garden. They maintain their polytunnel, they look after chickens and ducks, but we'll be starting by looking at all the many changes they've made to their garden since moving here 11 years ago. Hello Anne, well thanks for inviting us to your garden. It's quite a showcase of all the hard work you put into it. What was it like when you first moved here?
Well, there was nothing here. It was just grass, brambles, nettles. If I went round a pile of nettles, you wouldn't be able to see me. They're up here. And it took a long time to work our way through it. Just couldn't see it. Had no idea what the ground was like underneath.
How long have you lived here?
96 we bought it, so it's 11 years.
11 years. So you came here and didn't really know where to start, but was it always your plan to have something like this?
It's precisely why we bought the house. It took us a year to find somewhere with a bit of land. Strange enough, this had been on the market almost as long as our house, but for some reason or other it just didn't filter through the estate agents to get to us until I think it only took us a couple of months, 2-3 months to buy it. So yeah, it was almost a year before we found it and we moved in.
So what was the first thing you did?
First thing we did was to make a slightly bigger hole in the hedge so
you could actually get through into
so we
this
could
area.
actually get through. Our poor old mower worked overtime, and loppers and pruners, so we take the grass down a little bit and the brambles down with our loppers and pruners, and then we push the mower in, and by October it was getting clearer, and for our very first bonfire night here, we had a bonfire where we just burnt everything we cut down. So we'd gone through about a third of the field, I suppose, by the 1st November, and then we just concentrated on getting that clear, straight, so that in the spring we could actually do a bit of gardening before and not worry about the rest, just work our way down gradually.
How big would you say this area is?
We measured it out and we reckon it's a third of an acre. So if you put that with the house and the garden that goes around the house, it's about half an acre altogether.
Which is a gold mine in this area now to get hold of this kind of land.
Oh yes. We have been approached, but we're not ready because this is what we want to do.
Yeah.
And when we're ready, we'll hopefully move somewhere perhaps with a little bit more land and expand on what we're doing.
What drives you to do it?
I don't know. I'm one of these kids that was given a plot of ground when I was small, and then when I wasn't looking after that, I'd help my mum in the garden. I even speared myself with a fork once. My mum wasn't watching. She was out having a shop because we had a shop, so she was serving the shop, and I decided I was going to do gardening on my own, and I got myself skewered to the ground. I couldn't move. So, meow, meow. So right from an early age,
Didn't put you off?
No, it didn't put me off. I've always wanted to work outside. I've always loved animals, so I always said to myself I would have a menagerie or lots of animals around me when I got somewhere suitable.
So finally, what is the plans for the future? Is it going to stay like this? Have you got other projects and ideas?
Well, at the time we wanted to start with the chickens, somebody offered us a goat and a kid, and we thought, no, we want to do it properly, so we'd take it one at a time. We don't want to try and learn out about how to look after two things at the same time. So chickens were our first thing, and then by accident we got into ducks. That's a very recent thing. But we went up to a show the start of this year, and we're thinking about pigs.
Pigs?
Pigs. Just bringing in a couple of piglets and raising them just for ourselves, and put them into the freezer at the end of the season.
It's quite harsh, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, I do get attached to the animals, but you know, you've looked after them, and that's why you've bought them. So.